Hey guys, my name is Haley, and I'm just going to film a quick little all the books I have checked out on KU video. It's been quite a while since I've done this, and I feel like I've had the same 10 or so books out for a while, and then I every few months will go back through it. If I think I'm going to get to it soon, I will keep it. If I think I will get to it in the next like 3+ months, I will keep it. There's a few that have been here longer than that, so there's no really rhyme or reason, but these are the books I currently have checked out. I love having to sync my iPad when I haven't synced it in like 2 months, and it's like, oh, you wanted to know what's actually on here? I will say I've already started to borrow ones for my Pride extravaganza that I'm planning on doing for the month of June, both for vlogs and for like TBR in general that I know are on KU. The first one is the one that has been on there the longest, and I am reluctant to give up because I want to get to this series so bad, but I haven't been starting series really at all since last year, and that is Guild by, I almost said Kennedy Ryan. Is it L. Kennedy? Do I know? Raven Kennedy. I know there's so many Kennedy author names, and I get them all confused. Raven Kennedy. And this is the King Midas, like, romantasy that everybody and their mother was loving last year and the year before, and I still want to get to it. Maybe I'll make a vlog series on it later this year. That's the plan. That's why I won't give it up. And then I have book 7 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books that I'm hopefully going to be reading soon in a vlog. If you would like to stay tuned for that, I will be reading that and the new book when it comes out in May. This is book 7. This is the lit RPG that everybody's been reading for the last year, and I binge read all 6 books last year and then put off the 7th book because we did not have a release date for the 8th one at the time that I was reading these. So it's finally time for me to read this one so I can read the new one. Then I still have A Kingdom of Shadow and Ash. This is a book that I've only heard like one person talk about, and it was a person who reads a lot of romantasy. And as someone who struggles with a lot of romantasy, I don't know if I will like this. And I honestly could not remember what the actual premise is. I just know that the one person I heard talk about it, raved so much that I have yet to give it back to KU. So if you've read this and love it or disliked it or have any strong opinions on it, please let me know. And I have Okweke Mezi's newer book, which is Son of the Morning. I wanted to get the physical copy of this so bad, but like, we've been on a book buying ban, not necessarily by choice, but because of finances at this time, and this is already on KU, and I can't bring myself to buy books that are on KU when I can get them for somewhat free as someone who does pay for the subscription every month, and it is one of my few subscriptions that I still have because I actually use it a lot. But this is a story about Lucifer. I think it's an angel. It's Lucifer and a human. I've heard it's very spicy, and I liked A Quake Game as his other books. I have The Crown of Oaths and Curses. This is Jay Bree's other series. Is it a series or a duology? This is the same author as the Broken Bonds series, which is my favorite Wide Shoes of all time. I've heard like one person read this. I think it was Kitty from Kitty Reads. I think it's a fantasy, probably a romantasy. I know nothing else about it. Speaking of romantasy, that's where most of my KU things are, apparently. I also have the Book of Azrael. This is also a series I plan to get to at some point this year. Hopefully sometime later this year. Maybe this summer. I'm basically in a toss-up between Book of Azrael, the Gilded series, and restarting the Zodiac Academy series, because I read the first one years ago and never continued. So that is the 3 series that I have up in the air of what I'm going to start probably in like July or August after I do all my Pride Month things. So if you have an opinion on which of those you would like to see vlogs for, please leave those in the comments down below. And I have Daggermouth, which everyone and their mother is talking about right now. It's a like dystopian romantasy thing. I know nothing else. I've intentionally not looked up any form of spoilers for this. I just keep seeing that everybody loves it. So when it was on KU, of course I got it. And I have Close to You, and this is a book I heard, I think it was Mariana, talk about it being the closest thing that she has seen to Boys to Tommen, but actually YA and slightly less depressing. And as someone who just went through an entire binge of the entire Boys of Tommen series, I wanted something somewhat similar, so we'll see if I get to that. Then I have Fairest in the Forest. This is supposed to go alongside my K-pop vlog that I'm planning on filming. I have a bunch of K-pop like romance books that I got for cheap or free on like free Kindle days. And this one, I know from years ago somebody saying it was based on the members of Stray Kids. And I never read it, and I want to get to it eventually, and I'm unsure if I'm going to read it alongside the K-pop romance vlog or in like a romantasy thing, because I do think it's fantasy. Then I have The Right Move. This is another one of the books that I've been meaning to continue the series. I read Mile High years ago when I first met my partner because I read it on the way to Denver when I was flying there. And I really enjoyed it, and I hear that's the book in the series everybody hates and absolutely adores the rest of the series. And as somebody who really enjoyed it, I'm like, how much better can these other books be? So I'm hoping to have a vlog for that sometime this summer as well. Like maybe some sort of like big romance bash vlog. Then I have Meluna, which I've heard everybody say is devastating. I believe it's a rock star romance, and as somebody who doesn't read a lot of those, I am intrigued by the fact that everybody seems to be sobbing over it, and I always love a book that will make me cry. Then the last three are for Pride Month. I have The Wilds and the Weeds by Allie North. This is the same author as Bloomtown, which is my favorite sapphic duology of all time. I had to get her new book. I know nothing about it. I will read anything by this author because I love Bloomtown and Joey with my entire heart. If you have not read that sapphic duology and need something to read for Pride Month, please read Bloomtown. I feel like it's severely underrated for how good it is. It's a queer western about this girl who gets kidnapped by a bunch of like ragtag rogue people, and they fall in love, captor captive type thing, but not in a dark romance way. In a this was a misunderstanding way. And then I have two Haley Cass books. I have Those Who Wait, which is apparently everybody and their mother's favorite sapphic romance, and it's really long and angsty, and it looks like it involves text, I'm assuming, as part of the story. And as somebody whose favorite fanfiction is Little Numbers, which is the Kurt and Blaine fanfiction from Glee, that is one of my favorite like microtropes, is like wrong text, wrong number text things, and that's how people start talking. I love it so much. And then on the same page, I think is the sequel to this. If not, it's just another one of Haley Cass's other books, and I plan to read both of these for Pride Month. This is actually a very small amount of books for me to have out from KU. I usually have around like 15 to 18. I try not to have the full 20 out at one time because there's always a book that I want to get and throw on there for later. But let me know if any of these are on your TBR. Let me know which of those let me know which one of those Romantasy series is your favorite, or one you would love to see someone talk about, whether it's spoiler or non-spoiler. I'm also not sure if I'm going to film those in whichever way, but I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.